In this article, we will see how fluid flows from this end of the pipe to this end of the pipe. It leaves. It enters from this end of the pipe and it leaves from this end of the pipe. There are two ends, end P of the pipe, end Q of the pipe. We have divided this pipe into sections, section 1 and section 2. This fluid is incompressible, non-viscous fluid, and that fluid is flowing from left to right as shown. So there are two sections. Already we divided this pipe into sections. So in section 1, end of pipe is P, this P, area of cross section A1, speed of fluid molecules is V1, and small element of pipe is dx1. Come to the next section, section 2. End of pipe is Q, area of cross section A2, speed of fluid molecules V2, dx2 is the small element of pipe. So like this whole pipe is being considered. Basically, in the continuity equation, area of cross section and speed of fluid molecule are dependent to each other. The relation is that area of cross section is inversely proportional to the speed of fluid molecules. If area of cross section is maximum or large, then speed of the fluid molecules will be smaller. If area of cross section is smaller, then speed of the fluid molecules will be larger. So this is given in this continuity equation, and that continuity equation is area of cross section and speed of fluid molecule, product of both these is equal to constant. So therefore, area of cross section is inversely proportional to the speed of fluid molecule. Suppose small volume dV of fluid enters and at end P is this end P of the pipe. Small volume of fluid enters at end P, and then that volume will be A1 dx1. This area of cross section times small element of the pipe. Small volume dV of fluid enters at end P in time dt1 is dV1 by dt1 is equal to A1 into dx1 by dt1. That is dV1 by dt1 is equal to A1 V1. Since dx1 by dt1 is equal to V1, that is the speed of fluid molecules when that fluid enters into the end P in section 1. So this is about the section 1 and end P, how fluid molecules enter inside this pipe from end P and used from end Q through section 2. Suppose small volume dV of fluid leaves through NQ is dV2 is equal to A2 dx2. Small volume dV of fluid leaves through NQ in time D2 is dV2 by dt2 is equal to A2 into dx2 by dt2. That is dV2 by dt2 is equal to A2 V2. Since dx2 by dt2 is equal to V2, this is speed of fluid molecules when they are leaving this pipe, leaving end of this Q in section 2. Now density of fluid entering into pipe is equal to density of fluid leaving it. Density remains same, mass of the fluid remains same throughout the pipe, either in the end P or in the end Q. Fluid mass remains same, density remains same. Also mass of fluid remains same everywhere. Therefore dV1 is equal to dV2 and dt1 is equal to dt2. So therefore dv1 by dt1 is equal to a1 into dx1 by dt1, that is dv1 by dt1 is equal to a1 v1, since dx1 by dt1 is equal to v1, so dv2 by dt2 is equal to a2 into dx2 by dt2, that is dv2 by dt2 is equal to a2 v2. So from this, therefore dv1 by dt1 is equal to dv2 by dt2 is equal to a1 v1 is equal to a2 v2 is equal to constant. So therefore AB is equal to constant, that is the A is the area of cross section and V is the speed of fluid molecules. So therefore area of cross section of pipe is inversely proportional to the speed of molecule. So that is area of cross section of pipe is inversely proportional to the speed of fluid molecule, and this is about continuity equation. Suppose one problem is there. Suppose if area of cross section A1 is, this A1 is 0.1 meter square, speed of fluid molecules V1 is 5 meter per second, area of cross section A2 is 0.05 meter square. So what is speed of fluid molecules? V2 at the end Q. So answer, we know that A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2, and therefore V2 is equal to A1 V1 divided by A2. Therefore V2 is equal to 0.1 into 5 divided by 0.05 is equal to 10 meter per second. So this is about the problem which is given to you in continuity equation. So this is about the continuity equation in fluid dynamics. In this article we will see about Bernoulli's theorem. Similarly, as we have seen in case of continuity equation, that pipe was divided in two sections. Similarly, we are dividing the pipe into sections, section 1 and section 2. But the difference is that the pipe is kept at different heights. End P is kept at height h1 and end Q is kept at height h2. So that pipe is kept at different heights. Same area of cross section is A1. Small element of the pipe at the section 1 is dx1 and speed of the fluid molecule is v1, end of the pipe is p, and water or the fluid in general we can say fluid molecule enters in this end of the pipe having certain pressure, that is p1 at end p. Similarly in section 2, end of pipe is q and cross section, area of cross section is A2. Pressure of fluid molecules leaving the end Q is P2 and small element of pipe is dx2. So end of Q is kept at height h2. So from this diagram. Now volume of fluid at end of pipe P is given as A1 dx1. And volume of fluid at end of pipe Q is A2 dx2. So we know volume is equal to mass upon density, and which is equal to m divided by rho, and which is equal to A1 dx1 is equal to A2 dx2. We know work done is equal to force into displacement. We can write this also force divided by area into displacement. So which is equal to force divided by area is nothing but the pressure, and area into displacement is nothing but the volume. At end P, in section 1, area of cross section is given A1. Small element is given dx1. So at end P in section 1, work is done by pressure P1 to move volume of fluid A1 dx1 with the same density of fluid in pipe entering at end P as well as leaving from end of pipe Q. So work done is W1 is equal to P1 A1 dx1. Now come to this section A. In section this A, at the end Q, work is done by pressure P2 to move volume of fluid A2 dx2 with the same density of fluid in pipe entering at end P as well as end of pipe Q. So WT, that is work done P2 A2 dx2. Now we will see difference of work done, work is done due to pressure difference, and that is dW is equal to W1 minus W2, and which is equal to P1 A1 dx1 minus P2 A2 dx2 from this difference of these two. Now we will see the work is done partly in lifting a fluid from height, this height h1 to this height h2. So potential energy required to lift from end of pipe P to end of pipe Q, and which is given as that dW1 is the work done partly in lifting a fluid from end P to end Q, which is at height h2, and from P, that is at a height h1. So dW1 is equal to mg into bracket h2 minus h1. Suppose this is equation 2. Now extra energy gained or lost due to change in velocity is dW2 is equal to 1 half mv2 square minus 1 half mv1 square. This is suppose equation 3. Now we have to write dW is equal to dW1 plus dW2. This is suppose equation 4. So earlier we have written dW is equal to P1 A1 dx1 minus P2 A2 dx2, and which is equal to mg into bracket h2 minus h1 plus 1 half m into bracket v2 square minus p1 square. This is suppose equation 5. So rearranging the terms into bracket p1 minus p2 into m by rho is equal to mg into bracket h2 minus h1 plus 1 half m into bracket v2 square minus v1 square. So rearranging the term, take the terms of h1 1 from section 1 at a left hand side, and from section 2 take at the right hand side. So we will get p1 plus gh1 rho plus 1 half rho v1 square, which is equal to P2 plus GH2 rho plus 1 half rho V2 square. So from this, P plus rho G H plus 1 half rho V square is equal to constant. So this is suppose equation 6, and this is the Bernoulli's equation. Now we will see two cases. If fluid flowing through a horizontal pipe H1, which is equal to H2, hence equation is P plus 1 half rho V square, which is equal to constant. Case 2. If fluid not flowing through pipe, therefore velocity is V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V is equal to 0. So therefore that equation becomes P plus H rho G, and which is equal to constant. So this is all about the Bernoulli's theorem, which is famous theorem in fluid dynamics.